Hi, so my dad died 3 weeks ago, and I just got back from England, spending a week there for his funeral. And so I thought for this week's video, I would make a kind of tribute to him, tell you all a bit about him, and show you some of his amazing work. So, my dad was a commercial illustrator, and he was best known for his work in the field of science fiction book covers. He did covers for all the greats: Isaac Asimov, Philip K. Dick, Arthur C. Clarke, loads of people. His work was fired into space at one point. He had amazing stories about Stanley Kubrick and George Lucas, and basically he was the coolest dad I could ever have wished for. I would just sit for hours watching him paint and airbrush, and he would make it look so easy. And for a kid growing up in the 80s with E.T. and Star Wars on at the cinema, it felt to me like he was somehow playing a part in the creation of that universe. I said this to my dad's art director friend at his funeral wake, and he said, yeah, and you know, those guys were all really influenced by him too. And he was obviously a huge influence on me. Watching him create masterpiece after masterpiece with just an airbrush, a scalpel, some inks and an old fairy liquid bottle, to me was like the absolute essence of alchemy. One of the hardest things about the last few weeks is that now I know my dad will never see this place. He was never well enough to make the trip here, but I'm determined to keep his memory alive in these walls somehow, and hopefully you can all get a bit of inspiration from his work too. One thing that I'm extremely grateful for is that on our last trip back to England to see him, my son Vincent spent a whole day with him having an airbrush lesson and painting a little spaceship picture. And that picture was, and is now even more so, one of our family's most treasured possessions. So, thanks for watching. I'll be back next week, continuing building this place. So, yeah, Dad, love you. Good luck wherever you are. And lots of love to you. And I'll see you again next week. All right, goodbye.